2, 1.
Hi. I imagine that is me. Hello. I am BystanderTim. I'm here with the Outer Worlds. You probably saw me for upwards of, I can count this many seconds earlier. I want to give a big shout out to Link for being able to step up and take the place of where my run should have been. But yeah, this is the Outer Worlds, and I just clicked on quit game for some reason. I'm gonna load that back up real quick. Okay. Where my good luck streak continues. Hold on. There it goes. Alright. Then let me get on with it. So, as soon as we load in, we will be playing on the story difficulty. It is the easiest difficulty. Therefore, it is the fastest. I'm gonna keep everything on there. We did have a bid war for the name of the character, and that ended up being Rocket. I assume, like, spelled like our fabulous Rocket, part of the staff.
We actually had a last-minute sneak to overtake Rocket. The name is going to be Sushi.
Sushi, like the dish?
Like the dish.
Okay. I wanna point out really quick. We do some very specific things here. We're gonna put some points into dexterity. That way we can get higher sneak and higher lockpick. We are going to take out points in intelligence. That's actually really important. If you notice, words are hard, thinking no good, dumb dialogue options unlocked. And then we are gonna put 3 points into temperament because that gives us the fastest health regeneration. We are gonna put our 2 dialogue specs, or we're gonna put our 2-point skill specs into dialogue and into stealth. That gives us access to a higher lie level and a higher sneak and lockpick level as well. We are going to grab the medical technician aptitude. That lets us heal a little bit better. And then we are going to just be the female character. And our character name is Sushi. I almost spelled it Sushi like the Paper Mario partner. And with that, are we ready on time?
Yes.
We're good to go.
Alrighty, time is going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we're gonna start off the run. The stream's been going on for pretty long. We're gonna start off the run by skipping a few cutscenes. One thing I probably want to mention in advance is I have a dialogue option turned off that I can skip text before it completely appears on the screen. And now we're gonna get into the run. So, this game, gameplay-wise, is very reminiscent of the Fallout series. Of course, it was made by Obsidian, who was responsible for Fallout New Vegas. However, we do have a few basic differences. One of them is this, like, little air dash, which, it doesn't make a huge difference in terms of movement. We're still going to be running about this fast, but it does give us a little bit more air control. So I can like jump a little and boost around here and maybe get a little bit extra height. We're gonna drop down here. We can jump a little bit, but we really can't skip that leg break animation. And we're going to talk to Pelham right here. We're gonna grab a gun, shoot the barrel, and then we're gonna make our way out. So, while we are getting a little bit of a combat tutorial right here, there isn't going to be a whole lot of combat in this run. So, get used to the shooty bang bang while you can see it. Oh, I was going to say, I almost jumped off there and almost broke my legs. We're going to break our legs again right here. Unfortunately, we can't skip that as well. We are going to ignore those 2 guards and then just head over here to the Unreliable. That is definitely the ship name, and she is anything but reliable. We're gonna open up Hawthorne's ship right here. We're gonna grab in and we're gonna talk to Ada. And now she tells us that we need to get a power converter for her. We are gonna grab the... That is not the red perk. Hold on. Lick it off. That is Cheetah. We're gonna grab Cheetah real quick, and then we're gonna fast travel to the landing site outside. That does skip a cutscene with one of the guards that was like, "Hey, where are you going?" And now we're gonna actually walk over to the geothermal plant first. But we are gonna be doing a little bit of an optimization there. So normally the story on this planet, which is named Edgewater, is that the Unreliable currently doesn't have power. So we need to go to the local town in order to figure out how to power our ship. And we're going to go and we're going to end up caught between two different companies. One is the cannon company in the town of Edgewater, and the other is a bunch of refugees and a local botanical garden nearby. And we're going to be presented with a choice of where do we want the power to go. But first things first, we are going to stand right here, and we're going to make a quick save, and we're going to reload that quick save. And I'm going to check for marathon safety real quick. Yeah, so if you notice, quick saving and quick loading there unlocks the geothermal power plant without having to wait for the little discovery option. So it's a little bit faster, and once we're done at Edgewater, we can immediately fast travel over to the geothermal power plant. That being said, there isn't a whole lot here. I'm still learning how mouse scrolling works. I hate to say this, but I forgot that there was a mouse scroll wheel in this game. You get so used to, like, accessing some of your buttons with just the keyboard. And I just got a new mouse, and I've, like, gotten really playful over using the scroll wheel for some reason. I don't know. It's a very weird quirk. But now we're gonna go talk to Reed, and we are gonna hopefully not have Pavarti come and join us. Alright, so, we're gonna, the like, moniker you want to look for is, you want to look for, like, when the camera pans over to Pavarti, and that's when you can start spamming the second option first. So now we're gonna fast travel here, and we are gonna blow up that barrel. That's gonna be important for later. And then we're gonna hop over the fence, and we're gonna make our way on the side here. And now we're gonna head into the geothermal power plant. The objective here is we're gonna turn on 3 switches after we fail to jump over this fence. We are gonna grab one particular thing right here, and it is the Stimulotion. We only have one Stimulotion, but we're going to be making a lot more very soon. That being said, this is a pretty straightforward shot of just grabbing 3 switches, so if we have any donations, we could probably get 1 or 2 in. Have I been muted that entire time on Discord?
Yeah, I was wondering if it was myself, but yeah, that was what happened.
Alright. Well, we learned something new today, chat. God, what a wonderful day this is. You wake up late in the night, try and buy a PS5 from Kohl's, and then your marathon run just goes off the tubes. It's really great. Anyway, so now that we've run through the geothermal power plant, we are gonna back up real quick. I crouched there specifically to not gather aggro outside. It's very important because that barrel I shot at earlier, it actually allows us to potentially quick travel out of stealth. And now we are going to redirect the power to the botanical garden first. That way Edgewater currently doesn't have any power. And now we are going to run outside, and hopefully we are going to burst off to the left, and then we are going to be able to fast travel out quickly. We've gotten a little bit of aggro right there. Hopefully it drops off. Alright, yeah, cool. Alright, now we're going to do something a little bit weird. Now, Edgewater is a very weird town in that there are multiple instances of Edgewater in the game. So what we're going to do first is we are going to level up Intimidate to 25. We do have an Intimidate check coming up that we're going to take advantage of. But then we're also going to take that stimulation I got earlier and we're going to drop it. Now, if I quick save and quick load, I can set up a little thing here. So I'm going to pick up the stimulation, quick save, and quick load again. And if you'll notice, I have another stimulation. And then we're going to do that again. And now you can kind of see where we're going with this. We're going to dupe enough stimulation to last us the rest of the run. And therefore, we're going to have about, I think it's a 15 to 20% movement speed bonus for the rest of the run. That being said, we are going to be duping for a little bit, so if we do have any donations, we could probably get 1 or 2 in.
For sure, yeah. It seems like we got a few. So we might have read some of these, but it's always worth highlighting again. So we did get $50 in from VGMCon, one of our sponsors. So thank you so much for that $50. We also got an additional $50 donation from Fruity Waffles saying more safety. And an additional $2 from Rice89 saying sushi okawari.
Nice. Alright. So one thing I did do is after I got to 6 stimulation, I picked up all the stimulation and I dropped it again as a stack. So now we are able to do 6 stacks of stimulation instead of just 1. And now we're going to rub lotion all over ourselves, and we have enough lotion for the next, I would say, about 15 to 20 minutes. Which is more than enough time for us to finish the run. So now, our buddy Reed's a little bit peeved that we decided to shut off power to the entirety of the Edgewater. Luckily, we can pass an Intimidate check right there. And we could grab the power converter right here and make our way back to the Unreliable. So now we're finally going to go off to Edgewater, and this kind of begins a little bit of, like, planet hopping. One thing you're gonna find interesting about the story is we don't really stick to one ending. Yes, we're doing the sun ending, but how we get to the sun ending is gonna be a little bit strange. That being said, we turn on the ship, and now we're able to leave. So now we're gonna head over to the Groundbreaker, and the Groundbreaker is like this big kind of space, like, bazaar, I want to say. We are gonna mash through some dialogue. Phineas is gonna tell us about this thing called the holographic shroud as well. We're gonna grab that, but we're not grabbing it right at this moment. First things first, we are gonna head over to the Groundbreaker. The Groundbreaker. The reason we're at the Groundbreaker is we have kind of like an in-between point in the story where there's like a branching path to a couple different endings. One thing we are going to do is, we are going to go over to, I forget her name, but we are going to grab a thing out of a safe. So first thing we're going to do is, we're going to level up lockpick to 50 just in case. And that mash is always a little bit difficult. I still don't have it memorized, like, how the character looks at certain responses, so I always have to take a second to kind of, like, see that. One thing we're gonna do is we're gonna crouch in the corner right here, and we're gonna steal. And if we get caught, like we do, we can just lie out of it, which is fine. However, we did manage to grab a important story item, and now we're actually gonna head over to the Holocron board, and we're gonna sell out Phineas Flynn. So, if you say Alex isn't important, we're here to talk about Phineas Flynn. And now we're going to be able to head over to Byzantium early. Now, Byzantium is kind of like the... the hub of the Holocron. It's like this, like, shining city back on Terra 2. That being said, if you haven't already known about the big skip in this run, there's a very notorious sequence break coming up. And I want to say that this game is a shorter game. Like, my first playthrough probably took me around 18 to 20 hours, which, for a game like this, isn't exactly the longest. However, the speedrun turned from, like, 25 minutes at launch to, I want to say, around 10, and it's because of the skip coming up. So we did quick save and quick load right there in order to skip the door having to go. And now you're gonna kind of notice something. So we got our buddy Percival coming up right here as soon as the door opens. So Percival would normally be the one we talk to in order to get jobs to the port. However, and I'm gonna quick save here, if we try and pickpocket him, he's gonna get a little bit mad. And if we stand over here while he gets mad, he's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm mad." But he also opened this door to the back room here, and this door is a trigger to a checkpoint much later on in the Phineas Flynn storyline. Anyways, now we're back at the Unreliable because we went to go grab the holographic shroud, and we're gonna head back to Byzantium because now we could go into one of the side rooms, and we can access the later part of the previous mission where we have to go like, I forget exactly what it is, but we unplug a big water cooler from a bunch of people who are definitely not trying to live, and we definitely don't murder them. I'm air quoting very importantly, chat. Please wink along if you understand. But this is also probably, I would say, the hardest combat section of the run. We are going to be taking a lot of gunfire in a very small amount of time, and this is probably the most important. This is probably the most important time to really worry about health. I am going to go ahead and grab the toughness perk, which does give us double base health. But yeah, so this is probably the highest action point of the run. So I'm gonna walk in here. I'm gonna throw up a quick save. So I'm gonna call the elevator first. Everybody's gonna be like, "Hey, there's somebody in the back room." And then I'm gonna lockpick this door. Hopefully I could get in. Hello, please let me in. All right. I tend to back up. They all managed to go around the circle there. And so what the holographic shroud does... So what the holographic shroud does is it allows us to put on a disguise. This game doesn't have a traditional... Well, this game has a traditional stealth segment. However, there are a lot of occasions where you genuinely can't hide from everybody. And we're going to take the Stanley Parable brand adventure line all the way home here. So, the game has the holographic shroud, which allows us, if we grab a key card from, like, a named employee or someone, we can pretend to be them. That allows us to sneak through here. However, if that bar runs out and we get caught, we have 2 more chances. Anyways, there's a water cooler, chat. Say goodbye to all of them. They're gonna take a nap. Alrighty, and now we're done with Byzantium. We're gonna head out here and we're gonna fast travel out. So, I will be honest, chat, the run is nearly over. We are gonna travel back to the Unreliable. We are gonna take a pit stop at Phineas's ship. And then, we are going to go to the Hope, and that is gonna be the end of the run. Alright, dumb, the answer is no. Let's get out of here. I sometimes forget that the Unreliable as a map has, like, nearly instant loads, because you're just changing the skybox around the map. Anyways.
Hello? Can you hear? I'm just securing my ongoing experiment.
Anyways, chat, I hope you're enjoying the run. I want to give a big shout out to Midwest Speedfest for letting me put on this run. This is the first time I've run Outer Worlds in a marathon, and I really like this game. Anyways, we're gonna match through here. This line of dialogue we cannot skip.
Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope.
Alright, and then we're gonna fast travel back to the Unreliable, and we're gonna go to the final area. So, there's a couple things we need to do in this area. The first thing we're going to need to do is, we're going to need to hook up Ada into the Hope's comms link, and then we're going to have to go grab an ID, and that'll be it. Then we also have to not get caught. Luckily, we picked up a ID in the holocron area, and that ID will carry over into this. That ID will carry over into the Hope. That way we don't have to pick up anything else. Yeah. But this game does have a lot of replayability. There are a lot of interesting choices and unique things. It is also a pretty decent speedrun. I was struggling there, chat. I did run out of gel. I don't know why I ran out of gel, huh? I guess I gotta get a little bit better at my routing. I don't know. I feel like I should have 19. I probably should start doing 19. But yeah, we're gonna take a left here. We are gonna grab a key right here. We're gonna hit this terminal, and then we're gonna get caught. We're definitely somebody out of a pod, that's for sure. So now you might be wondering, hey, what the heck are we doing on this ship, right? Well, Phineas's master plan was like, yeah, the Hope is the ship that we actually woke up on, that Phineas woke us up. So there's a bunch of people currently frozen in cryo right now. And Phineas is like, we gotta skip the Hope. However, we're not particularly smart enough to do that. So, and time is coming up, by the way. So we are going to try and skip the Hope, and that is time.
GG.
Yeah. And now, chat, we get to watch the Hope definitely not fail at this. That's for sure. Alright, and that's the end. Alrighty, what was my final time?
Looks like on our screen we have an 18:24.
Not bad. I would say that's about 2 minutes under, or that's about 2 minutes over my PB, which is very good for a marathon run. With that being said, I'm gonna be off. I want to thank Midwest Speed Fest for having me, and feel free to tune in and donate for some of the great runs and the rest of the marathon.
Excellent. Thank you so much, BystanderTim, for that awesome run.